The sound is
Yes.
loud.
The sound won't be nice.
Okay.
But you have to edit. You just
Okay.
find apps to edit.
Okay, are you all ready?
Okay, let me
Okay.
find.
Okay, hold on now. Let me on. Okay.
Ready? Yeah, okay.
Hi, Angie.
Hi, Science. So nice to have you. Welcome to the 112 with Success Resources podcast show. You're welcome. It's good to have you here. So you're actually live in the studio with us in Singapore.
Beautiful
really good.
studio.
Yes.
Glad to be back home.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when you say glad to be back home, where were you before here?
I was living in Dubai the last 5 years, and about 5-6 weeks ago, I had to return back here because you know what happened, and a lot of uncertainty, and I guess that is what life is about,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
that's why we are here speaking about how do you step out, how you turn pain to power, how you just get uncomfortable every time and still live through it and thrive. So
Nice.
bring it on. Yes.
Yes. Yes. It's living with the uncertainties and being able to roll with it. Right?
Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
Roll with it.
Roll.
Yes.
Okay, so I just tell us now just what is it that you actually do now, so we've got context for our
Wow.
conversation today.
So the last 15 years actually, I run something called Step Up Journey, or rather we're gonna actually register it right now as Step Up Journey Private Limited. It was something else before. So I have 2 books that I've written, Turn Your Passion into Profit, 5 Things I Love About Being a Woman.
Mhm.
So then from the books, it started to grow into a workshop because people wanted more. And we had seminars, and then people wanted more. And I'm like, what else? You know, I thought I showed you. People started calling me crying. They wanted more. So I said, okay. Then that was when I hired coaches and mentors and went to learn. Learning is the best investment ever
Yes.
because you don't lose anything. You definitely will gain at least one thing. So then I drew up a mentoring program, coaching programs, got myself certified as a Gallup Strengths Finder coach, which first changed my life because then I realized, oh, my empathy is acting up. Oh, my over positivity is killing people. and then you know you regulate whatever you're going through.
Yeah.
Like emotions are real. Whenever you need to grieve, you feel pain, you have to embrace it. I think
Yeah.
this is something not many people talk about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. It's like when I started my business, I struggled with dealing with staff,
Yeah.
right? And it was because I had no idea, no concept of the fact that different people were different,
Of
and you had
Oh,
to
really?
relate to people in
how
different
old were you
ways.
when you realized that? My God.
35.
Oh. At 35, you know different people. Yeah, I mean, we're still struggling with it. And I recently learned something from a friend. She said, sometimes when someone's saying something, you may understand, but you cannot relate.
Yeah.
And like, ooh, I need that.
Yeah.
And maybe you can relate, but you don't understand. And there are times when you just don't understand and you don't relate,
Right.
and that's fine. And I'm like, that was a very big revelation for me. Yeah.
Yeah, the revelation for me as well is this way that people filter the information. And we could be in the same room, experience the same experience,
Perception.
but we'll walk out with very different views of what happened. right?
Very true.
Based on our past
Very
history
true.
and stuff,
Very
right?
true.
Yeah,
But that's what my work is about. I help
Yeah.
people see what they don't see, the blind spot, right?
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. So who is your target audience? Who do you mainly help?
So mostly I've worked with women like ages 25, 45, when I was a lot younger, right? Because I started 15 years ago, and right now I'm 45, so I think I'm going through perimenopausal. Which a lot of people don't talk about because they don't even know. They think, oh, I'm just becoming more crazy and more touchy and more. No, there's something going on inside your body, ladies. Like, know it. And I think the men and the children need to understand this as well.
Yeah.
Don't use it as a label excuse, but to understand that, okay, today I cannot operate. So the last 2 days, I had only 50 steps from my phone, which means I avoided my phone. I was just trying to work very little or not, and I just slept.
Okay.
Because I needed a break.
Yeah.
And I needed to be ready for today.
So you're listening to your body.
I had to listen to my body because remember what happened to me in 2005?
Yeah, yeah. So talk to me about that then.
Yes.
So your story is really inspirational. So
Thank you.
tell us what happened in 2005 that kind of changed things for you, right?
I was 25. I was at the peak of my business. I started Miztiq and body art. I traveled to Japan, lived in Japan, was celebrity henna artist in Japan. Tokyo FM, magazines, radios interviewed us. Me and my friends or us. And then came back to Singapore again. It was amazing. Had 2 years bridal henna booking, corporate events. And then on April 22nd, I met with an accident, fractured, dislocated my spine, and doctor said I will never be able to walk in. And at that time, when the doctor said that, and I was maybe in denial, you know, when you're young, like, okay, how bad can it get? I'm like, but the only thing I told myself was, I cannot die because I want to take care of my mom. That's like an Asian filial piety thing, which later on I realized was also emotional blackmail. We should speak about that. And no, but I really wanted to care for my mom. But I had 8 screws, 2 metal rods on my back after the operation. Doctor said I cannot walk. So technically I could have been bedridden, paralyzed, neck down.
Really?
Yeah. And here I am today with my heels in a Gior. Sitting cross-legs, which I should not be. Walking, swimming. I had my open water diving certification done.
Wow.
Traveled the world, and that's where we are at and why we are here to serve. Because I believe this, serving God is in serving His creation. This is what I learned. So here we are.
Nice. So how walk me through the process of your healing. So when you woke up in hospital and you're told you'll never walk again, that must be devastating.
Before the operation, I was told I would not be able to walk anymore.
Okay.
And I could have died actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the operating
Yeah.
theatre.
Before the operation.
Okay. Oh.
And I want to share this. It just came to me so well. I was on the A&E on the bed before just pushed into the OT. I was in Nanyang Poly, which has the School of Nursing, and I was the president of the Makeup Artists Club. So while I was on the bed, just before they put the what was that thing the not oxygen, the thing to make you nebulizer, whatever it's called, I can't remember. I saw my school friend Angela, and the moment she put it, I was like, Angela, and she got shocked because she was like, oh my god, this is my friend. But I had that peace of mind.
Okay.
Just before I died, right? What's that thing called? I can't remember. Just before I died, and she was there, and this is what I think support and community and being human also means. At that moment, I felt Angela, this you. Oh my god! Because to her it's just another patient, and she told me this because after a while, after like a week, she came to. No, because you were in the mask and everything was covered, and she was there. I felt like there was someone there for me, and I think this is where we are also the world, or we are I mean, we are also connected but disconnected, and it's very scary times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway,
we've never been more connected and less connected at the same time.
Like what happened to us? You know what I mean, right? We can have all these friends and support, but when you like last 2 days, I just don't want to speak to anyone.
Right.
In June, I'm going for a Vipassana 10 days silent retreat because I just want quiet. But then there's the inner noise and chaos that we need to deal with.
Exactly.
So so back to walking again. How did I walk again? Because I always miss that story. It's like I cannot walk, and then now I'm flying.
Yeah.
So what do you want to know? How I started walking again?
I mean, like to be told that you're never going to walk, right? You come out of the operating theatre. Yeah. And so what was the prognosis when you came out? Did they say things had changed and you would be able to walk away? Or they just they wrote you off?
They wrote me off.
Right.
Doctor gave me a letter of permanent disability.
Okay.
I'll not be able to go back to work. Nothing, literally. And I remember I was on the hospital bed. The worst part was trying to break it to my mom.
Yeah.
That I don't know how to tell it to my mom, but I got through that. Learning to walk again. I think about 3-4 weeks later, I pleaded with the doctor. I said, I'm bored. Please help me. I need to walk again. Like, I love my independence, right? We're so used to just showering by ourselves, doing simple things by ourselves. So week 4, I think I was sent to the not occupational therapist, but like a physio, not physio, but some doctors to help me walk.
Yeah.
I remember I was on a wheelchair, I was pushed, and my body was like, I don't remember how I was sitting, and the doctor's like, sit up straight. I'm like, okay, I can do that. And then when I had to stand up, 2 nurses lifted me, and then the doctors was like, walk. I'm like, how do I walk? Can you imagine? Things we take for
Yeah,
granted.
yes, yeah.
So how do I walk? And before that, I used to model. I mean, I still model now, but I used to model and all that. I was like, how much we transgress the gifts of God.
Yeah.
Powerful. But anyway, the first step led to the next step, and then I think it's God's will. He wanted to use me for something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I understood. Of course, after a year into the accident, was when I started questioning.
Okay.
God, why am I alive? Why didn't I die? Why am I here? So all these questions are very priceless. I think people need to have more time. I think we spoke about this, to have awareness,
Yeah.
to just take time out to question. Like even this morning, I was asking my best friend, I was like, what's the purpose of this life? And it's like, oh my God, there you go again. I'm like, isn't it good to reflect? But really, like, do you really like just eat, sleep, wake, clean the house, do stuff, travel? Like,
I
That's
like
more.
what you've got here. You're not born to just pay bills and die.
yeah, you're not born to just pay bills and die.
That's a real wake-up call.
Yeah, we are not. I think a lot of people are in that space where they think that's enough, or maybe that's just their survival day to day, and
Yeah.
maybe I'm
What's your
blessed.
purpose?
Yeah,
Finding a purpose.
and it takes a lot as well. It's not easy to take the leap of faith. To
Yeah.
just okay, tomorrow I'm going to Dubai, and then decide to restart my life, or leave Dubai because of war, and then come back to Singapore, and okay, I need to restart my life even though I'm in my country, and people need to get that discomfort. I saw something this morning or yesterday. It said every time that you feel like you are in deep trouble and deep shit, if I can say it, it's not that you are thrown into the tomb. It's actually you are growing in the womb.
Oh, okay.
No, right? So timely. You see, that's why you need to take 2 days off. Then when you see this, it's like, this makes sense. I was in the womb, not in the tomb. So now, what am I reproducing?
Yeah.
What am I reproducing? And I'm like, here we are. Success resources. Yeah.
Okay, so going on from your accident, how long did it take you to fully recover? I say fully.
I can't say fully recovered because like after now, I definitely need to take a break.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But like to learn to walk and like restart life, about a year or two.
Okay.
Yeah, a year or two. And thank God, like before that, I was doing my own businesses. Like I have the funds, I have the flexibility of time.
Right.
I don't know if someone actually got into that and they are working,
Yeah.
and then they are told they cannot go back to work, and then what do you do?
What do you
Like,
do?
wow.
Yeah.
And that's what I share in my books, how to
Nice.
turn your pain to power, turn passion to profit,
Yeah.
turn dreams into reality.
Okay.
With confidence and clarity.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how were things? Because you were successful before your accident, your businesses were successful, and then you had your accident, and then afterwards, how were you different?
Of course, I learned, how am I different? I learned to be more grateful. There was a time all my savings was depleting, and then I had to step up to think again, like, okay, what's next? What can I do? What do I want? If this is a blank slate in life, which I feel like, and I'm always at a blank slate every 2-3 years, if you know what I mean. Are you like that?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like maybe we get bored or we feel like we've evolved or
Yeah.
we really did evolve,
So
and
it's the next stage. I call it the next chapter.
next chapter, right? Yeah. So like, what's next? I think that's a very powerful question.
Yeah.
What's next? And
And it's a question a lot of people don't ask as well. You just take for granted your life is going a certain way, and people don't take the time to reflect.
I don't know. Okay, I cannot understand and I cannot relate to that one. So I make peace. If not, it keeps eating me. It's like an emotional loop, or it's like, why can't this? No. You are just the messenger. Don't play God. Yeah. Just don't play God. Yeah. So hard. Yeah.
Okay, so how did you get into this personal development education space in
Okay.
the first place?
So I started out with the henna business, right? I was telling you, books, buying. And then remember the year of reflecting, who am I, what am I here for, and all that. Then I was inspired to run back to God, the search for who am I truly, why am I here, God. So it's interesting because I'm a born Muslim, this relates back to why I do what I do today, because everything that we do is based on intentions. And then I kept questioning God, why am I here? And one of the inspiration or wisdom or gifts I got from God was serving God is in serving His creation.
Right.
So I'm like, okay. So after that, I actually started my hijab business as well. When I realized that my hijab is my identity. Like, yeah, because if I don't wear the hijab, I can pass off as anything, like Indian, Malay, Arab, not Arab. Yeah, I don't know, mixed. So yeah, the roja, you know, yeah. So I don't know. This I always say I didn't choose the hijab. The hijab chose me. You know, it's like a Marvel. Doctor Strange said that with his cape. So that was my journey of self-discovery. Then I traveled. I would reread the Quran in Arabic, and I don't understand the language. So I said, oh, maybe I should learn the language. And after a year or two, I was two years away. I was in Jordan, Morocco, the Yemen. On that trip, I realized that I was learning so much from different culture, what of perception I had. Oh, the Arabs must know Islam better. Not true. I think I shared it a lot to many people who I met along the way. And I realized I was not just traveling outwardly to learn something. I was running away from home. But I was traveling inwardly. Because then I know, oh, I can actually survive through winter. I know how to cook. Wow. And yeah, you learn so much about yourself, which is the first prong of my 3D system, right? Diagnosing your strengths, knowing who you are, getting past your past, and then desire check, knowing what do you want in life, and then getting towards that, and then decide how do I go about it. Of course, now I can simplify it into a 3D system because it's a lived experience that we're talking about. So that's what happened for me. Why also the first book was, so after Jordan, Morocco, Yemen, just before I left Yemen, my mom gave me a red card, if you watch football. She's like, please come back, stop traveling, like come back and we can travel after I die, like just come back now. And I'm like, okay, that's a red card. That's what I was talking about, the emotional blackmail. So I came back, but before I came back, I prayed very hard. I said, by the way, I went to a Methodist school before, so when I talk about God, we believe in one God. I love Mary. She's one of my Mother Mary is one of my most favorite role models, by the way. Yeah. And Jesus, where is He? Please come back to earth. I'm waiting for you. And so serving God is in serving His creation. That was the crux of everything. I realized it's not where you are. It's not where you are. It's who you aspire to be. How are you useful to the creation? And then I came back. So many people started asking me, how do you travel so much? How do you learn how to walk? How do you start a business? How do you do this? How do you do that? And I was sharing this with you on our call, like on the 10th day or something, a lady contacted me who I met at an event. She said, Zai, can I speak to you? I'm like, sure, I'll call you. And I called. In the 10th minute, she said, thanks for talking to me. I was just thinking to commit suicide and I feel better now.
It's fantastic.
Now it's fantastic. Then it was traumatizing. I was like, oh God, this is the one person out there. Like, how many more people? How many more people out there need this kind of support? And the very fact that she could think of me, a complete stranger, to reach out to me, that was powerful. That was God. Yeah, that was God's way of saying, Zai, step up your game. That's why the birth of turn your passion into profit. Because at that time, I thought money was the problem, right? Okay, let's teach about how to make money easy, you know. And then but of course, the basis of it is turning pain into power. Because you see a lot of CEOs today, a lot of successful celebrities, they take their lives. Which is so sad. So of course, along the way, I study patterns. I watched like Bob Marley recently, of course Michael Jackson, and then but that was classic. Have you watched the movie?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you have to!
I was told by someone else.
So many people told me, I said, okay, I need to watch it. I'm gonna watch it again this weekend. So 2 times, yeah. The Michael, Mother Teresa, everyone struggled with pain. That's why the polarity is, when you want to be helped, you want to help more people. So I've been on a journey of, okay, what do I need to heal? It's not about motivation anymore. So as we were sharing, I've been to a Success Resources event many years ago, like more than 25 years ago. My first event, UPW, NAC Congress, all this learning, investing on learning is so priceless, right? And you grow, and when you go, you will learn something, and that whole energy and vibe around that event makes you like, okay, I have a purpose.
So this
something
is the
special.
Unleash the Power Within.
Yeah. I remember crossing the walking on the coal, and I held Tony Robbins' hands. I was so happy, like a little kid. I would be happy still. And those moments make you feel like, oh, I could be someone as useful, impactful, right? And I think that's where I am today. So before the first book, as I was working on the branding part, so people ask like, what do you aspire to be? I said, I see Oprah Winfrey meets Mother Teresa. I'm like, but this was 15 years ago. So right now I'm working on my rebranding as well. So we are studying Priyanka Chopra, the Bollywood star, Anne Hathaway. She's so cool. I love her. And then J-Lo, Beyonce, why not? So I mean, like,
all powerful women.
Yeah, powerful. They are not ordinary now, but they were ordinary. Like, so how do we learn from such people? And that will be my next step. Yeah. I think I'm almost there, but just need to repackage and grow. Sorry?
The impact you're going to have on the world.
Yeah.
So I see this book here, which is bigger than this one. So explain to me what.
So the first book was Turn Your Passion into Profit. Then I realized it was not just about turning pain to power, making money. Then 5 things I love about being a woman was born, because women do not take care of ourselves enough. I'm not talking about the woman who thinks, oh, my man have to pay for everything, my man have to do this. No, a man is not your financial plan.
Yes.
Robert Kiyosaki, Kim Kiyosaki said that. I quote her, a man is not your financial plan. When I say about, you know what I mean, of course. Self-care, this is what it's about. So we talk about beauty of form, and then we talk about beauty of substance. So there's other 5 chapters there. Now this one, my baby, this is my 3rd baby, by the way. I have no children, not planning to, because there's enough damage done in the world already. Let's just do what we need to do now. So this is, if you see, help me open it. Yeah. So this is a bigger version of Passion Profit. This is a Braille edition.
So you can feel the.
Yeah, the Braille edition was launched last year.
Right.
So I was in Dubai, but a friend who has a machine, Swiss brand, to repair Braille machines. She was in Uzbekistan.
Right.
She was doing a visit to demonstrate her product or something. She was in Uzbek.
Right.
So she met a school teacher and principal in Karachi city, not Tashkent. And they said they are looking for English motivational books to share and teach to their children. Because in Uzbek, they speak Uzbek, Russian, then English. And this teacher, his name is Shokir, he has 20% ability to see. That's it. He's visually impaired. He was the one who I worked with, and thank God I learned Russian. I speak some Russian, and I was talking to him in Russian English to help him to. So I sent him the manuscript, found sponsors, and he developed it. Took a whole year to develop this.
Wow,
Yeah, it was a lot of work. And we had editors and all. So we've pushed out like I think 50 copies of the books in Uzbek and some other parts of the world.
So what inspired you to make a Braille version of the book?
I don't know if I was inspired, but I'm glad I could be of use to serve God's creation. And I think we all speak about inclusivity, inclusive education, and it's a beautiful opportunity. So people who keep talking about diversity, inclusion, like come and help support us. We want to print more copies of the books, push this out to the world.
Nice.
So I've launched it in Uzbek, in Dubai, and I haven't launched it now that I just came back to Singapore. So we hope to do a real book launch sometime soon. Yeah, talking to some organizations.
Nice. Okay.
So that's the
Keep us
CSR.
posted on that.
Yeah, there's a CSR prompt too.
Yeah.
Of course, like as a motivational speaker and corporate trainer and all that, But the CSR angle is something that I'm very passionate about. So causes for your causes.
You've always got
I
these
always
little
have this,
turns of
yeah.
phrase.
I should be a rapper, you know. I so should be a rapper. My black girl spirit is stronger than my Singaporean blood. I don't get it. But yeah, like causes for your causes. So companies who want to support youth or women going back to work. Women going back to work is something I really despise because women, you are the queen in the house. Like you don't need training to go back to the work. You can train people at work.
Nice.
So that's why Unleashing Your Inner Queen, Advancing Women's Leadership Program, Unleashing Your Inner Queen, because we forget who we truly are. Look at our mothers, our great-grandmothers, they are warriors. I don't know who coined the term women empowerment, but we should talk about humanity empowerment.
Nice.
Because with all due respect, we lack quality boys and men, and there's so much work to be done. Yeah.
You've got a lot of things.
We all have to do it together.
So you just very briefly mentioned their corporate training.
Yeah.
So you do corporate training as well.
I do.
Yeah.
So I want to get invited as a, of course, motivational speaker, as you've heard the story. Because I don't believe it's just motivation. It should be about healing, transformation. When people hear a wow story, what do they bring back? And it should go to the heart.
Yeah.
Right? It's not just blah 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 blah. Like enough of words done. So that's the motivational part, and then the motivational part. But the corporate training. So I get called to train on authentic public speaking a lot. So effective communication, executive presence, the advancing women's leadership, of course, and applying entrepreneurial mindset at work because not everyone.
That's needed.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Entrepreneurial mindset at work because it's not just to be the boss because it's hard to be a boss. It's a lot of work. Not everyone's cut out to be an entrepreneur, but applying entrepreneurial mindset at work, at home, in life. Like we talk about conflict management at work, communication at work. We need to talk about this to parents, awakening parents. So there are the causes for your causes, the CSR bit, which I've been doing the last 15 years. I've built this whole machine and we just need to rebrand, restructure and push it out to the world. So we started out with women empowerment. Then youth empowerment is, you will love this, brave leadership, be a warrior, not a warrior. And then, again, and then then I realized that so I was training a group of kids in the school of Singapore, 12-year-old.
Yeah.
One of the 40 kids, we had a goal setting session. This story, when I feel like I want to give up, I don't want to do all this anymore, like I can just go to the beach and chill. I remember this and I'm like, okay, get up. So I had this 12-year-old boy, personal goal is not to go to jail. 12-year-old Singaporean. This was 6-7 years ago.
Okay.
I'm like, I have to ask him why, if not, I will not be able to sleep tonight. So I put him aside. I said, why did you write that? He said, oh, Miss Zai, I don't want to be like my uncle. And I'm like, what's the conversations going on in the house?
Yeah.
And that was, at 12, I was watching Smurfs, Care Bear, Sunday morning. Like, I never knew that he knew that my paperback book could be sent to prison. He said, thank God it's not a hardcover. I can send this to my uncle in prison. I didn't know that.
Okay.
Just a week before, someone talked to me, and when he said that, I'm like, good on you, but that's a lot for a 12-year-old to carry. And so glad for the experience that I manifested this out to the world. I said, we need to talk to parents. And then truly, Sinda reached out to me when I proposed the youth programs. They said, and they have something called STEP programs. So can you do something for our parents? I'm like, of course. And that was when I drew up Awakening Parents. So resilient, confident parents, raise confident, compassionate kids. Parents came, they didn't read the resilient, confident parents. They said, I want my child to be more confident and compassionate. I'm like, you wait. That's so very, let's start with you, bro. That was a father. And I'm glad because we had mothers and fathers attend.
Yeah.
Because normally, like such parenting programs, mothers are mostly there. So I think this is where we need to again pull in the fathers, more inclusivity, right? more hands-on dads. Then that's when I realized the fathers were struggling at work, and that's when the corporate training ideas all came about, and I put everything together. I'm like, okay, this is good. Like it's a nice ecosystem, and we have trainers, speakers, coaches, just from the show. Yeah.
Wonderful. So where can people go to find out your ecosystem and find what is going to suit
Easy.
them?
Come to visit me on stepupjourney.com or come visit me. Let's have a coffee. I'll be happy to meet you guys. Yeah, I say audience, very happy to meet. So stepupjourney.com is a good place to start. Otherwise, Miztiq on all the social media profiles.
Oh, okay.
That's
Zai
that.
Miztiq.
Yeah.
So tell me about the Miztiq name. Where did that come from?
So Miztiq is not my father's name.
Yeah.
It was a name my clients gave me because my first company was called Miztiq Henna and Body Art.
Mm-hmm.
So when people call me, they are like, "Hello, is this Zai from Miztiq Henna? Is this Zai from Miztiq? Is this Zai Miztiq? Is this Zai Miztiq? Is this Zai Miztiq?" And I'm like, I like that name. That'll be my brand name.
Nice.
So this was born maybe 25 years ago when I brought Henna to Japan and all. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
So, Zai Miztiq,
Yes.
thank you so much for being on the show
Thank
today.
you.
You've been an inspiration.
Thank
and
you.
I'm sure people are going to find out more about what you're doing. They will be inspired to sign up for your programs. I'm
Thank
sure.
you.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
excited for Success Resources All Women Conference. And one reason why I started this all was I went to one of the events. I saw only men on the board. That only men on the board. All these white men, like people from abroad. I'm like, we need to change this. 2014, I remember they had an all-women summit, 500 seater. But I said, why are they all men only? And that was when I said, we need to change this narratives. We need
More
to
women
show,
speakers.
more women of all women,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and now like only the last 2 years they're talking about women in politics, women in tech starting, women in art. So I think it's the women who started it. Who silenced us? I don't know who silenced us. We need to, not a feminist, a humanist, by the way. Yeah.
Humanist. Yeah. The men can join too.
We need that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just step up. Yeah.
So, okay, so thank you so much for being on the show
Thank
today.
you. Thank you for your time, Ange.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate this. Yeah.
Okay. Done.
Did you do a sound check? I'm so worried.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to ask earlier.